All right, it's 4th of July weekend. I have my student Sam here. I am Michael Vangaroo with Three Treasures Tai Chi Chuan. Today we've had a request from my students to make a video of the full 8 sections of brocades or silk brocades movements. Okay, so we're just going to go through those. So standing in a Wu Chi stance. Wu Chi stance is where it's a state of nothingness. Your mind is quiet. There's no movement. Okay, and we go into depth of that during class. There's a lot more to Wu Chi stance than just standing here. Okay. So the first movement of the 8 sections of brocades, or the 8 brocades for short, is hands touching the sky. I just want to make note that between each movement, our hands come to what we call cover hands. Traditionally, for women, it's left over right, men, it's right over the left. Doesn't matter to me. I just do right over left, it doesn't matter. So after each movement, we take a brief moment of rest. Okay? So the first one, what we want to do is we want to open our hands and gather from the earth. So we're bending our knees slightly, no farther than our toes. So we gather in, bring it up to the heart level. Okay? Once it gets to the heart level, it changes, it turns out. From this point, we push out while raising our hands and our head to the sky. Once you get to the sky, we spread the clouds. Okay, and we come down to the heart level again. And then we sink. At this point, we're sinking. We breathe in, gather, push out, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in. Notice that the movement stays the same. The motion, the motion of the move. No jerky movements. Breathe out. Breathe in. And then come to cover hands. And then take a moment of rest. The next movement, we open to a wide stance, double shoulder width. This movement is called shooting the bow. Okay? So we open up our hands and we come up to a cross hand, starting with the right in front of the left. Since we're going to be turning to the right, our right hand will get the pointer finger. So we're just going to use a pointer like this, 3 fingers down, thumb over with a pointer. The pointer will stay pointing to the sky. The left hand draws the string. Now, to make a note, when you turn, you're going to keep equal weight on both legs, and you're going to squat 50%, putting your weight into your heels, okay, sinking down, keeping your back straight, but then you're going to turn, closing this quad. To the right, you do the same. So, cross hands, get your pointer finger and draw your string. We squeeze our scapula muscles this way, and we squat and we turn, breathing out, hitting our yi, our focus, into the finger. Release. When you come back up, left over in front of the right. The left gets the pointer finger, the right gets the drawstring. We're going to go to the left. Breathe in, breathe out. Release. Right over left. Breathe in. Breathe out. Release. Left over right. Release and come to cover hands. And then a parallel stance. Take a brief moment of rest. The third move in the 8 brocades is called separating heaven and earth. It's like raise hands to the heaven, except the hands are going in different directions. So from cover hands, we gather, we kneel down a little bit, we gather just like in raised hands, come up to the heart. But when we come up to the heart level, the left hand turns down, the right hand turns out. We separate heaven and earth, press out and up and down. When we get to the top, we create another ball. We switch your hands over and we compress the ball or squeeze the ball. Make sure the hands go at the same speed. The right hand continues following down, the left turns out and we press back out. Okay, so we breathe in, squatting down, change, breathe out. Change, breathe in, change, breathe out. Change, breathe in, and then bring your hands together to the center as in holding a ball. At this point, you should start feeling the intrinsic chi energy between your hands. Sometimes it takes a few months of practice before you start to sense this. Some sense it right away. Relax your shoulders, relax your knee. Remember to stay relaxed in everything. From here, you can squeeze it, you can stretch it, you can rotate it. But the idea is that you can sense that in your palm. Once you have that feeling, start to put it inside your dantian, the lower portion of your stomach, and then cover hands again. And relax for a second. Got it, Sam? The fourth move, we're going to go to a wide stance again. Shake the head, wag the tail. So what we do is we take our hands, we rub them along our abdomen, along our kidneys, where our kidneys are in our dorsal area. We're going to go to turn to the right, bend the right knee, let your hands slide down on the outsides of your legs. You're going to bend from the pelvic. You're going to swing over, bending the left leg, and then pushing out of that left leg to come up. Then your hands come to a center in a triangle covering the navel. So again, now we're going to go to the left. We breathe in. We swing across, breathing out as we come up. If you feel like you get dizzy doing this, don't go as low. To the right, breathe in. So you may just do this. But if you can get all the way down and get the full motion, then do so. And then come to cover hands and bring the feet together slowly. Parallel stance. Take a moment of rest. During the moment of rest, remember to unlock the shoulders, the hips, the glutes, the legs, the neck, your facial muscles, everything has to be relaxed. Continue to breathe deeply. Okay. The next motion we can either do wise owl turns backwards, or I'm just going to go ahead and do hands touching the earth. So this movement is like shake the head, wag the tail, hands touching the earth. It rubs along our abdomen to the back of the kidneys, always keeping contact. You're going to bend from the pelvic all the way over, rubbing along the outside. Come across the front of the toes, let your head fall. Bend your knees slightly and then come up. Push out of your legs to the inside of your legs. And then continue. Same thing here. If you feel dizzy, don't go as far down. So we breathe in. Let your head fall. And your legs, breathe out. Once again, breathe in. And last one, breathe out. Typically we do these movements as a beginner 8 times each. Cover hands and rest. As you get more advanced, you can go up to 24 times. Okay, wise owl turns to look backwards. We take our hands, we act like we have a table around us. This is the 4-footed animal position that we always talk about, where you have a sense of being rooted to the earth from all fours. Spread your hands. The eyes start the movement. So as we move our eyes, our hands and our head turns together at the same speed. And we look all the way back, and then we turn back to the front. Try to keep your torso straight. Then breathe in to the left, and then breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, keep those fingers spread, and breathe out. And then cover hands and take a moment of rest. Spreading, doing the last wide stance, double shoulder width. This one is called punch with angry eyes. All of these movements have health benefits to it, stimulating different meridians in your internal organs. We can discuss that at another time in deeper length if you're a student of my enjoying one of my classes. Okay, so squatting down, putting the weight into the heels. The front of the toes are also grabbing. Okay, back is straight. The coccyx is turned in slightly. You're going to chamber your fist to build a fist. Curl your hands. The thumb is over the first 2 index and middle finger. This is a cotton fist, so you're going to keep it very soft. And you're going to chamber it on your hips. So we're going to punch forward. What we do is we slide along, bring our elbow to the front. As we extend, we turn. Okay? And then as we pull in, the hand opens up. Let me show you again. That comes, and a little bit more information, that comes out of the right leg. It spirals up and comes out. You cannot raise your shoulder, you cannot raise your elbow. So it comes from here and out. As this one comes in, the left leg comes in with the elbow and out. So this is done up to full speed. You breathe in, out. Bring in, breathe in, out. Breathe in, out. Breathe in. There's a little whip with the waist. Breathe in, out, and come to cover hands. Take a moment of rest. The last one, release your hands, and it's called knocking the heels to discharge any negative energy. Okay, and then we bring our feet together and we complete the 8 brocades.